In the mid-90s, horror was really dying. It got into a rut after the highs of the 80s, and the sort of creative spark had kind of lost its way. Then came Scream, and Kevin Williamson and Wes Craven's classic movie kind of reinvigorated the genre, the slasher genre, my kind of favourite subgenre of horror. And then you started to get all this slew of movies trying to capitalise on Scream's success. Now in 2001 came Valentine, a movie that starred Katherine Heigl, Denise Richards, David Boreanaz, and a host of other kind of popular faces at the time. The sort of young in crowd was drawn to these movies. Everybody wanted to be in the next Scream if they possibly could. And it's directed by Jamie Blanks, the man who did Urban Legend, a movie that I really did like, and I was interested to see his follow-up. And it's been a long while since I watched it, so I recently dug out the DVD and gave it another spin. The movie follows the certain tropes that you get on these horror movies, especially the low budget kind of ones that came out in the 80s. I'm thinking of like Prom Night, Terror Train, The Burning, all these kind of movies. It follows those beats. So the movie opens with a young man at a school dance who's asking various women to dance with him. Most of them are not very nice. One is kind of brushes him off very in a sort of nice manner. And one of the girls decides to just take him to the side and just start making out with him. Some of the people discover this, and she says that he attacked them, and they kind of beat him up in front of everybody, and that's supposed to be a scarring thing that causes him to kill everybody in later life. So you jump forward a number of years to these girls are young women, all very sexualised, which the movie seems to focus on the fact of their sexual nature. That seems to be their defining quality in most of these. You have the main character who is in a relationship with a sort of damaged individual. The other girls have men that they've recently met. And you have this play on who the young kid Jeremy was. The one that was bruised and battered at the start, who was taken out of school, went into a mental hospital, blah, 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 the usual kind of stuff. They've not seen him in years, so he could have changed. He could be any one of the guys that are in their life. In the start, it's kind of laughably bad, but that kind of goes hand in hand with some of the sort of movies in the 80s. It's not as vicious as those, and it seems kind of like soft and mild-mannered compared to those kind of movies. Then we get into the plot of the characters, and like I said, the characters are all very sexualised. It's all about relationships, all about them trying to meet men, and it has a very sort of derogatory sort of term that way, as in women can only be complete with men in their lives, and it just seems like surely these girls can do something else other than just talk about men, think about picking up men, dating men, or making out with guys. There must be something else, but no, there's not really. It is, after all, called Valentine, and when these girls start to receive letters or Valentine card with really bad messages inside, pointing towards their imminent doom, they start to get a bit freaked and go to the police. I had some issues, well, I had more than a few issues with Valentine on this watch. Some of it had to do with acting and the poor dialogue, but I think my main stain, the main thing that really got to me, that really annoyed me about this movie, was the lack of blood and gore. There should be an enormous amount of that. They try to tone it down to get a lower rating, and you can see that throughout the movie. They're pulling away from things rather than making it fun and bloody, the kind of things that most horror people really want. There's certain scenes where a person is bludgeoned to death with an iron. I mean, the person's swinging it by the cord into their face, and then when somebody comes back to that house a short period of time later, there's no signs of a struggle or blood. Surely that would have been everywhere, but that's kind of movie logic, and we can forgive some of that, but not all of it. And that's when you start to think about some of the machinations of the movie. Characters appear to be in certain situations just by circumstance to get off, and it doesn't really tie into the rest of the movie. And because the characters aren't really fully fledged and are kind of one-dimensional, you don't really buy into it, but you don't get the fun factor of seeing these people being offed in really creative ways. They're just not that fun if that's the kind of aspect you're looking for. Yet somehow the homages to the movies of the 80s still kept my attention and kept me interested in the movie. I wanted to know who the killer was. That's part of the enjoyment of these movies, discovering the mystery of who the killer was going to be. Even though I could remember how it worked, how it ended, I was still curious to see how it was going to play out and be explained within the movie. And as like I said, it kept my attention throughout. I found at the end of it, I hated some aspects and I liked the other aspects of it. So I can't completely write it off. If you like your stalker movies, if you like that subgenre, you'll probably find something here to latch onto, to kind of like, or at least mock and have fun that way in it. I gave Valentine 2.5 out of 5. and I'm probably going to leave it a good few years before I go back to this one again. Have you seen it? Did you like it? Let me know in the comment box what you thought was fun about it or what you hated about it, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.